I'm Kevin Gingrich from Bosch Rexroth, and I'm here with Thilo Vogler, who's going to introduce you to one of the new exciting developments from Bosch Rexroth.
All right, so what we have here is our new intelligent cordless tool. Bosch Rexroth and Bosch, we've been the market leaders in production tools as well as power tools. We use that intelligent tools for safety critical joints, which we call A joints, which is especially joints around the car that can save lives. For instance, seat belts or seats in the car or wheels. So this is an intelligent tool that we have with a battery. And again, the two criteria for an intelligent tool is, first of all, it has to be very accurate because the bolt has to be real tight to be safe. And then secondly, the tool has to send torque data to the customer, to their data management system, so that for recalls in the future, for instance, that they can prove that the bolts are really tight and that they left the plant accurate. So if you look at a usual intelligent tool system, it has three components. It has the controller, the actual tool, and a cable connecting the tool to the controller. The tool has a transducer measuring torque, and then sends that data through this cable to the controller. And then the controller does all the calculating, and then the controller sends the data to the customer network. So you always need these three components, at least up to this point, but now we have this new tool which eliminates the need of a separate controller. So all the intelligence that used to be in the controller, which is this size, is now in this portion of the tool. So we were able to shrink the intelligence in this size down to this size right here. Again, which has several advantages when it comes to a customer. The initial investment is lower because they only have to purchase one component rather than three components. Then the installation investment is lower because if you're looking at a controller and installation a controller, you have to run power cords, you have to run Ethernet cables or other cables. So there is a lot of installation cost involved in that. Plus, on the other hand, you have no cable here, which means that a lot of safety critical joints are inside of the car, like seat belt, for instance, or seats, where a cable is in the way. So with that, you only have a battery, so no cable being in the way. And on the other hand, the cable has always been considered a wear item, which means that you drag the cable around, it wears out, it breaks, and with that, then you have a failure of the system. Again, this is also not the case with our new tool right here. So how it works is, you tighten the bolt down, and then it instantly sends the data, the torque data here, to the customer network directly. There is a hub, and every customer infrastructure has a Hirschman hub or another hub, so the data are being sent directly from the tool into the customer network, and then the customer can store the data in whatever format the customer wants. On the other hand, see this display right here? We have taken that from a mobile phone display, so as you can see, it's very bright, and it's giving the worker an instant feedback on what he's doing. For instance, green means that the bolt he tightened right now is good. It's good bolt, so he can move on to the next one. Or if it's red, like it is here, it gives the worker an immediate feedback on there's something wrong with what he has just done, so he has to rework that. So he's getting an immediate feedback as far as the result of his work. And the last thing I wanted to mention is you can program the tools with the tightening parameters right here on the tool. You have three programming buttons, and with these three programming buttons, you can program the tool without having to have an additional laptop or another device.
Thank you, Thilo. Thanks for telling us about the great new cordless tool from Rexroth.
You're welcome.